Hi guys, welcome to Vesna TV. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today's video is a little bit different. So what I'm doing is I'm creating some 3D prints. I got a 3D printer and I went on just a Maker World because I got the bamboo 3D printer and I created some designs. I just have the A1 mini. So I found a whole bunch of free designs and I just 3D printed them, and then I'm just going to go ahead and paint them my way. So instead of using colored filament, I wanted to add some extra texture to them and just recreate them a little bit and show you what you could do if you had a 3D printer or if you had access to a 3D printer. So here I'm just showing you, the first picture was a bunny holding a little bowl, and I thought this would be a cute little decoration for my coffee table or on my island. And I just wanted to show you a little time lapse of him being built by my little mini 3D printer. I just love this. Was one of my favorite purchases. The whole family actually really loves it, and it's been so useful. So I created this guy. I created another little mini bunny that's also textured like this guy, and then I created another little bowl and another little it's a key ring, but I'm going to be using it for chocolates. So this guy, you can see this guy has supports. So if you're new to 3D printing, everything that kind of needs support so it doesn't fall down as it's being built, the printer does provide, not the printer, this design has supports for it. So if you're doing your own design, you have to put the supports in. This one had the supports already with it, and they just come off really easily. Usually you can just use your hands to kind of take them off. Sometimes you have to use little pliers. I'll show you the pliers in the next little clip in case you can't take them off with your hands. So I've got my creations here, and I'm going to go ahead and spray paint them all in gray, and then I'm going to give them a concrete effect. But I want to give them a gray, if I have gray spray paint. If I don't, I'm going to do black. But I want to give them a base, so that way I can have an easier time just making them look like concrete. But I really like the details of these that the 3D printer did. I think it did a great job. And they'll be great little bowls and decorative pieces. Let's see, nice little bunny. This one has, like, you can even see the fur in here. It's really cute. And this guy still has because it needed supports. So, and with these, if you can't get them off with your hand, a friend of mine gave me this nifty little tool, and that can take all of your supports off. And then I keep all of the filament poop and stuff, and I'm going to try and melt it to form something else. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and spray paint these, and then I'll show you what they look like once they're spray painted. So I wound up going in a little bit of a different direction. I spray painted this guy black, and now I'm going to add more black on top, some black acrylic paint, and I'm going to add some baking soda into the black acrylic paint. Now what I want to do is I want to get a little bit of a texture, so I want it to look like rough concrete. So depending on how much texture you want on your piece is how much baking soda you're going to add. Now you can see I didn't fully cover this guy in my initial coat of spray paint, and that's just because I knew I was going to be adding this coat on top. So again, you just apply how much baking soda you want. You can see I used a couple tablespoons of baking soda just to get the texture that I wanted, and I'll lift up the little bowl here so you can see exactly what the texture looks like. And it's kind of like a paste, like a gritty paste is what you want to get that nice concrete look. And I love this look because it just gives that just added texture to all of my painted pieces. So this is what it looks like. Hopefully you can kind of see what I mean by the thickness of like a little paste. And then you just apply it to your piece to get full coverage, and that's all there is to this guy. And once you've applied as much paint as you want to get the coverage that you're looking for, that's all there is to it. Just make sure you let this dry overnight before you use it. Now I want to use this as a little bowl for chocolates, so I will be spraying it with a wax sealer. And I'm just doing that because if hands get in there and they start, like nails start scraping, so it'll prevent it from getting the paint scratched off. So it's just a little bit of an extra protection on there. You don't have to do that, but I'm just going to do that so I don't have to touch it up later on. But anyway, here is what he looks like, all completed and all decorated with some Easter chocolates in the little bowl part. Let me know what you think. Here he is. So for this next little guy, what I'm doing is I'm using still some of that black paint, and I'm just going to add two kinds of silver paint. One is a more of metallic paint, and the other one is just a silver paint, silver gray paint. And I'm just adding them in there and adding lots of white paint to get a light kind of gray color. To be honest, I probably should have scraped some of the black out and just put more of the silver and white, but I wound up just using more white than I needed to, and then I had lots of paint left over, but that's okay. So I'm using this combination for the little bunny that has like a little, he's holding like a little bowl. Not holding a little bowl. He's got the little, you'll see. Anyway, this guy I'm going to use like a little vase almost for mini plants. The little succulents that you can get at the Dollar Tree is what I'm envisioning. Or if the snow ever melts and we have some little spring flowers that we can get, you know, maybe even tulips or anything like that that I can put in to some water, or some any kind of spring flowers that come up once the snow melts. If it melts before Easter's done, that I can maybe put in just this little mini vase here. But that's what I'm envisioning. So it's this little guy. So I did spray paint him gray, and I just want to have gray on top of him. So that way he looks like he's cement. Kind of like that picture that you saw in the first, like when I was first showing you at the beginning of the video. I feel like I'm rambling. But anyway, I'm doing the same idea, just adding more white so it's a little bit lighter, and I'm going to add a little bit more baking soda so it's a little, because I added so much paint, so it's a little bit thicker and has a little bit more consistent, a little bit more texture, and I'm going to paint him out so he's covered, and that's all there is to him. And that's all there is to him. And once he's all fully covered, I let him dry. I don't seal him because I'm not going to, he's not going to get a lot of traffic. If I do wind up using him like a vase, I will use a little glass or plastic container inside before I won't put the water directly in there. Although you could, because it is waterproof, it's plastic, but I just won't do that because I don't want to. But anyway, here's what he looks like all styled right now with some fake stuff because I don't have the real stuff. And then so for this last guy, I wound up using a hammered brown spray paint because when I was looking for the gray, I found this one and I thought that would be a neat thing because, you know, bunnies are brown sometimes. So I thought, oh, this would be a neat thing to put on this bunny. So I spray painted him and the other little one the same color. So this is the one with the bowl on top of his head and the little mini one. And then I'm adding a cashmere and espresso brown paint together, and I'm going to mix them together and a little bit of black, and I will be applying this to the bunny. Now I'm doing kind of like a wonky thing with this. I'm adding the paint onto the bunny, and then I'm going to use a paper towel and I'm just gonna wipe it off. So I add it on and I wipe it off. I add it on and I wipe it off. And that's just because I can't quite get the exact same paint as the hammered, but I still wanted it to have a little bit of depth. So, and I didn't quite like the shine of the hammered paint. I love the hammered paint, but I just didn't quite like the shine. So I just wanted a little bit of depth and a little bit of richness to this, and I think that the mixture of these and by wiping it on and off with the paper towel, I think it just gives me the look that I was going for. So as you can see, I added the black and now I'm just kind of wiping it off and wiping it on and wiping it off until I get the desired look. And obviously this is kind of whatever your creativity leads you to. Like this is what I wanted to do. You will, if this is the look that you're going for, this is what you want to do, but obviously you can do whatever you want. You could have left the bunny white. You can use filament to color him, whatever floats your boat. I didn't want to do texture to this guy, so I didn't add the baking soda to this paint because he already had these beautiful textured little lines from the printer that looked like fur, so I didn't think he needed any more texture. Originally I thought I would, but then the more I looked at him, I thought that by adding the texture I would just ruin the actual bunny for this one and the little mini one. So again, it's a wipe on, wipe off type of thing, and I wind up sealing him as well because he will be holding some candy as well. Um, I always have a tray in my dining room or a little vignette in my, not in my dining room, and well, I do have a tray in my dining room, but in my kitchen and in my um, family room, and he's going to be holding some candy, so I want to spray paint him, not spray paint him, oh my gosh, I want to spray him with the wax to protect him and seal him, so that way in case fingers and nails get on him so he doesn't get scratched off, because this one will especially be hard to touch up because I have so many different paint colors on here. So I definitely want to make sure he is protected. And same with you, if you wind up adding lots of colors to your piece, you want to make sure that it's sealed and protected because it is hard to touch up pieces that are all sorts of different colors. So you just want to make sure you get all the grooves, and that's all there is to this guy. And then for the little mini guy, I do the same thing. I spray painted him. Now I didn't get as much coverage on him as I did on the other one, so I wind up caking on a lot of the paint and obviously wiping it off with the paper towel. I really should use gloves when I do this. My hands were filthy. But anyway, I wind up doing all of that, wipe on, wipe off, and that's all there is to it. Got them done. I think both of them turned out really cute. Again, same method. This guy I'm not sealing because he's just going to be a little decorative piece. He is a lot smaller than I thought he would be, but he'll look cute as just like a little addition in a tray. If you do tiered trays, he looks cute in those too. I might even pop him in my bathroom on a shelf. I'm not sure. But anyway, here's what he looks like all finished as well. And let me know what you think of these. Let me know which one was your favorite. And make sure you stop on by next week for some more inspiration. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day. Stay safe. And make sure you like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and hit that notification bell so you can see when I post new videos. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Stay safe.